Good morning. How are we all? This is our second session, a live session in August, so welcome. If you've not done this before, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to warm you up, we're going to cool you down, but the most important thing is if you're feeling slightly off kilter, if you're feeling dizzy, if you're not feeling well, if you've got an injury, probably best to leave it today and do it when you're feeling good. Okay, feeling well, that's the important thing. If you're feeling okay, I'm hoping you've got some water. I've got very little accessories to the session. This is all about being able to do it without any fancy equipment. Some of you might use a chair, a nice sturdy chair, and if you are using one, just make sure it's not going to slide backwards. You can do the whole session seated, ding ding. But if you do, just try and make sure you're not slumped back in that chair. Just make sure you're sat with this nice, tall, long spine, both feet on the floor. I have got a couple of light weights, or baked beans as we like to call them. If you want to use some light dumbbells, because you have them, that's great. If you choose not to use any weights at all, that's fine as well, because most of the stuff is all body weight. Right then, let's warm up, shall we? So, feeling very perky today, so we're going to just stand nice and tall. So are you feeling pinky and perky or not at all? Well, if you're still feeling a bit at the end of the warm-up, that again is another sign to listen to your body. So it may be that you end up just doing the warm-up and that's it, and that'll be okay. It'll help unloosen your joints. No, help loosen your joints, but just make sure that you become less stiff and then leave the full workout for another day. But let's see how you feel halfway through this warm-up. So we're going to take these feet about hip-width apart. We're going to start with a little squeeze of those shoulders up to the ears, then we're going to relax those shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Now as you lengthen through this spine, we're going to squeeze those shoulders up, we're going to take a breath in through the nose, and then as we relax those shoulders, breathe out through the mouth. Good. Don't worry about if you're breathing in through the mouth and breathing out through the nose. It's more about just being aware of that breath out. Let's take one more little squeeze, shall we? Squeeze up. Then we're going to relax the shoulders down. We're going to take a couple of little toe taps. Let's just make sure you can see my feet. So we're just going to stand nice and tall. So if your balance is slightly out, you might want to hold on to something for this. Okay, but if you're feeling okay, that's all right. Now, we're just taking those big toes, pushing them down towards the floor, and then we're going to bring the feet back in. We're going to gently draw your tummy button away from your t-shirt, and we're not sort of doing that. So standing nice and tall, bottom in, tummy just gently drawn away from your t-shirt. We're going to lift the rib cage up and out of these hips. So the hips are staying nice and still. So I want you to imagine you've spent a day at the beach and one of the kids has buried you in the sand all the way up to the waistband of your trousers. So we're just lifting up and out of those hips. We're not pushing the hips in the opposite direction. That's great, guys. Okay. So this is all about warming up the lower back. So we're taking it nice and easy at this point. And then we're going to bring those feet back to hip-width apart. And we're going to just take that little tap behind us. And while we're doing this, I'm going to get you to just make a fist and just open out those fingers. Okay? So we're just going to make a fist and we're going to open out those fingers. Good. We're going to do that again without sort of maiming yourself if your nails are quite long, and then we're going to open. Then we're going to bring it back and we're just going to soften these knees a little bit, make sure the heels are down and the bottom's in. And then we're going to bring these hands together, okay, just these fingertips together, relax the shoulders down and gently moving from the waist, we're just going to twist away from centre, back to centre. That's good. So this is a nice gentle movement. What we don't need to be doing is really forcing it, because once you start to force it, there's that risk of maybe pulling something. Okay, see if you can relax the shoulders, and while you're twisting, just imagine you've got those headlights on your hip bones, and they're shining right straight ahead. And as you move away from center, they stay shining straight ahead. Good. Now we're going to come back to center. Just going to relax those arms a little bit. Go back to those toe taps. How are we doing? We okay? Great. So, if you're not great, then this might be the time just to gracefully bow out. But if you're feeling good, let's carry on. So just letting these arms swing. And now I'm just going to let these feet tap out to the side. Okay, now just small taps. Just small taps. And then we're just going to gently bring those feet behind us again. So we're just going to take those little backward taps. So you're keeping that nice strong trunk when we're doing this, just tapping behind. Good. So we're going to talk a little bit about pace. So the pace of the warm-up is very much starting from scratch, gradually building that range of movement, building your heart rate, okay? So the pace of the main section, you should always be able to talk. We shouldn't be pushing ourselves so hard that you're unable to string a couple of words together. So you should be able to say a full sentence, but you might not be able to sort of speak poetry. Now let's bring it in, let's walk it out, let's pick these feet up a little bit more. Let's see if we can take a roll of these shoulders now, up to the ears and back down. Good. We're going to roll the shoulders. Then with this arm, we're just going to draw some circles with that elbow. And again, it's not about forcing that shoulder into an uncomfortable range. It's finding a range that you feel comfortable with. And then just gradually maybe building on that, just to your own specifications. Okay, not everyone can do everything. Now then we're going to take a little push out and back. So we're pushing away from this chest. Good. We're going to push away, and one more time we're going to push. Now this time we're going to push, and we're just going to gently draw back. So we're going to push, and we're going to draw those shoulder blades gently back. Good. Push, draw it back. One more time, and bring it in. Lovely. Now, let's see if we can pick these feet off the floor. So I'm just going to show you from this angle. We've got those knees pointing down towards the floor. We're trying not to arch or overarch the back when we're doing this. Okay. You can take the feet a little bit wider if you prefer. Okay. It might make it a little bit easier for you. But those knees are pointing down. Now, let's bring it down. Let's see if we can warm up these ankles. So we're going to take a really nice little heel-toe action. And we're going to see if we can find the same spot on the carpet. And then we're going to change legs. Carpet, floor, lino, whatever works for you. Brilliant. And while we're doing this, you may have noticed that there's maybe a bit of furniture in your way. You might be doing this with someone else. Just be aware of the space around you. So we're going to think about taking those elbow circles, and then we're just going to make them a little bit bigger now. Okay, a little bit bigger. Almost a sort of bigger circle, but only a circle that you are in control of. So we're not forcing you into pain. Brilliant. So really opening the shoulder and the chest. And then we're going to bring these arms in. We sort of got them here. And then we're going to open out this chest. Draw those shoulder blades together. We're going to bring it in. And we're going to open. And we're going to bring it in one more time. We're going to open out. We're going to bring those arms down. And we're just going to gently take them out to the side. And again, not too high. Just warming up those shoulders. And then if you feel comfortable, we're going to bring those hands just above the head. We're going to bring it down. Good. We're going to bring those hands just above the head, maybe a little bit higher and down. One more time, taking it a little bit higher and bringing it down. Good work, guys. Let's go back to those little taps in front. So we're going to point that toe down, and then we're going to take the heel and draw that toe up to the ceiling. Good. Let's change it to the pointing the toe down. Good. So this is our toe taps. Then we're going to take our heel digs, placing that heel down, drawing that toe up towards the ceiling. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring those feet in. We're going to take one foot behind you. We're going to press the heel of that back foot down towards the floor. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like from this angle. Good. Then we're going to bring that in. Just take a few little steps. We'll do the same on the other side. So I'm going to show you from this angle, pressing that heel down towards the floor. We're just taking those muscles to their full range before we start our session. Now, let's see if we can take a little punch forwards from the chest. Nice, relaxed shoulders away from the ears. We're going to punch up. We're going to punch forwards. And then we're going to punch to the side. We're going to punch forwards. And we're going to punch to the other side. Good. Can we do that again? Forwards, up, side, forwards, and the other side. Good. And then we're going to come forwards. We're just going to slow it down a little bit, and we're going to take some slightly bigger steps behind without placing that heel to the floor. We're just opening up these hips a little bit. Good. So we're going to do 2 more of these, and then we're going to take a step or a tap out to the side, slightly bigger, sort of just opening up those hips a little bit, but still within your range. Good. We can add the arms if you like, or we can just do the legs. And then we're going to bring it back, and we're going to take those little heel taps, and we're going to roll the shoulders. Now, let's just see if we can relax the shoulders down. Leave that heel there, just sink down so we can feel that length in the back of the thigh. And then we're going to come all the way up. We're going to just step, step, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Good. So we're just bending both knees slightly, taking that heel, feeling that lengthening through the back of the leg, and then we're going to come all the way up, and we're going to walk it out. Then we're going to see if we can lift those knees up a little bit higher. As far as hip level, we don't have to go any higher. Good. We're going to add a bicep curl. Good. Now, if we can, we're going to make a fist at the top of the move. Open those fingers out. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Let's get those arms moving a little bit, shall we? Let's get those arms moving a little bit. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep the feet moving. We're going to give ourselves a little pat on the back. We're going to release. Good. We're going to give ourselves another pat on the back. Let's just keep patting ourselves on the back. Good. Keep that nice long spine. Give yourself a little pat. And one more. Brilliant. Now, let's just see if we can take some steps to the side. Lovely. Good. Now we're going to add a push and a pull. Good. Push, pull, push. It's almost like a rowing movement on the way back. We're going to go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to change the arm movement. We're going to take a row. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Upright row. Good. Strong elbows. Last one. And we're going to bring it back down. Okay, everybody. We are warmed up pretty much. Almost ready to go. One more thing. I've got 2 up. One more thing. We're going to practice. We're going to practice that squat movement. So we're going to take those feet hip width apart. We're going to just make sure those heels are down, and we're just going to imagine we're about to sit down. We can push those hands away from center, and then we're going to straighten those legs. So we're hinging at the hips, little bend at the knee, coming back up. Now, just practice a few mini squats. This is where the chair is brilliant. If you're not sure of this, make sure it's not going to slide backwards. But what we can do is feel for that chair on the back of the legs and just aim for the back of the chair with that bottom. So as if you're about to sit down, push up, and you'll really feel those heels pushing into the floor. If you can't feel your heels on the floor, you may be doing this, which is going to hurt your knees. Hold it there, walk it out, everybody. Okay, so we are ready to go. So if you haven't got any water and you want some, now's your chance to go to the kitchen, get yourself a little bit of water. we have got a minute and a half till we start the main section. If you need a toilet break, again, off you go, but don't rush, okay? Just join in, build slowly when you come back in. If you're staying here, let's walk it out. Let's move my chair out of my way, which is bound to be something I kick, and I'll get some music going, okay? If you hear any silences, it means there's been a copyright claim and I've just had to mute it, okay? Alright, now we're walking on the spot, so we've got less than a minute to go. So if you've got a bit of space, we can walk sideways, backwards, but just watching us don't bump into anything. Get those arms going. Nice movement. Really pick those feet off the floor. We can go a little bit faster if we like to work harder. We can slow it down. Alright? Now, if anything doesn't suit in this session, go back to your walking. Even if it means walking here or walking here. So if anything doesn't suit, we can keep moving. Alright, we're going to start with a kick. Are you ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. So we're just taking this little kick. Now, I'm going to take it a little bit faster to start off with, but I can slow it down if I need to. Okay, if I feel that breathing coming too fast, now we can add a little bit of arm movement, but you're going to keep this strong trunk. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Good, I'll show you from this angle. Nice strong trunk. Good work, guys. How are we doing? You okay? Good. I'm hoping you're smiling. If you're not smiling, plaster it on your face now. Okay. Just a few more of these, and then we're going to move on to our aerobic backward tap or backward lunge. Okay, so the first 3 exercises, they're going to work your heart and lungs. Then we're going to do a little bit of strength. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Tap behind. Good. Backward lunge. So from this angle, now I'm going to speed it up in a minute. Just get the feel for it. You don't have to go with my pace. You can go faster. You can go slower. Now we can take the arms a little bit higher if you prefer, but just keep that strong trunk. And be aware that the higher the arms go, the harder the heart has to work. So it's up to you. You can just tap if you prefer, or we can add those arms. Up to you. Find what works for you. That's it. You've got it. Brilliant work, guys. Okay, so what's coming up next? Little tap to the side. 3, 2. We're going to bring it in. We're going to tap out and in. Good. Out and in. Lovely. Out and in. Now I'm going to speed it up, but you can stay at this pace if you prefer. Good. If you can, we're going to go double time. Nice, strong core. Brilliant. I'm adding a little bit of arm swing out to the side, but if you're exercising next to your partner, your friend, then you might have to rein it in a little bit, maybe take those arms forwards. Okay? Just do what works for you. Or maybe stand one person a little bit forwards, one person a little bit backwards. Okay, this is brilliant. Now, seeing as we practice those squats, we're going to do some squats next. So if you need to use the chair, just locate the chair and just walk it out. Now, if we want to make it harder, we can hold on to our weight, almost like a goblet squat. If you just want to get that technique right, good work. Just use body weight. So we're going to come down and squeeze that bottom, lift that chest on the way up. Good. Only as far down as you think you can control that technique. Brilliant. So I'm going to show you from the side. I'm actually going to use this chair at the same time. So those heels stay down. trying not to let these knees push over the front of the feet. Down. Really lift that chest on the way out. Good. Now, make sure those knees stay in line with that second toe. Remember, if you want to make it harder, we're going to still drop that tailbone behind your heels, or we can hold on to that weight. Good. That's great, guys. Really squeeze it out. Last 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. Just walk it out, guys. Okay, knee lift coming up. You ready? Now, if you're feeling a little bit, just make those knee lifts a little bit smaller. Good. Let's see if we can add a bicep curl. Now, we can go a little bit faster, or we can slow it down. We can take the arms out. Okay, but keep that strong trunk. So see if you can draw that tummy button away from the t-shirt. You've got it. Okay. We are cooking on gas. Nice. Everyone doing okay? Great. Now, coming up in 10 seconds, we've got side steps. So we're just going to do single ones in this round. In the next round, we're going to do doubles, but singles for now. So, 3, 2, 1, hold it there. Are we ready? Choose which way we're going, give yourself some space. So we're stepping with the outside of the foot. Now, if you want to make it harder, we're going to add those little washes of the windows. Really nice movement, get some mobility in those shoulders, but it's making that heart work a little bit harder, getting your breathing rate a little bit faster. We're trying to get oxygen and fuel to those working muscles. Good. Now we can go a little bit faster. You can make those steps a little bit bigger. It's up to you. Okay, so just find your level. Brilliant, guys. Okay. So we've got a nice simple one next. We're just going to march on the spot. Good. 3, 2, 1. March it out. Now, if we want to work harder, we're going to just be nice and light on those feet, and we're going to just lift those feet a little bit faster. We just want to walk at our normal pace, just slow it down a little bit. Good. Let's see what we can do, guys. Let's see what we can do. If you've got a little bit of space, we can sort of come forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Just make sure you've got the right space and you're not going to bang into anyone. Good. Get those arms moving, elbows pumping forwards and backwards. Brilliant, guys. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7. What strength exercise would you like to come after this? Want to do some upper body? Let's do some press-ups against the wall, shall we? Okay. Now, 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. Find that position against a nice... I wouldn't recommend using a door because you just don't know who's going to come through it. So... I tend to breathe out on the hardest part of the move. Now with these press-ups, keep going, guys. See if you can hold this real plank-like position in the trunk. So rather than letting this happen, and at the same time, see if you can keep that chin drawn to the back of the neck. So this is the action we should be seeing. So you'll notice that maybe the core muscles are having to work quite hard because they want to assist, but you're not letting them. Good. Last one. Walk it out. Woo, ready. Shake those arms out a little bit. Get ready. We're going to hamstring curl. Now we know with this movement, not together. Good work, guys. Ah, fantastic. You're doing a great job today. Everyone all right? Looking good to me. Good. Keep that nice strong core. Brilliant. Okay, just got a few more of these to do. Keep it up. Keep it up. We're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Walk it out. Now, we're going to take a double side step. We're going to go this way. We're going to take 1, 2. 1, 2. Good. Now, let's see if we can add those windows. They're filthy. They need a good clean. Brilliant, guys. So we're taking that step to the side. Step, step. You can take it faster. I'm not going to do it that fast. And you can take it bigger, or we can just take the arms out. All right, good. Just keep moving. Keep moving, that's all we ask. I'm going to add those windows in again, but don't add them if it's too much. Make them smaller if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, guys. Now, remember this one from last week. We're going to just take a little tap. Little soft knees tap. Good. So we're basically taking a little knee bend and pushing that toe towards the floor. I'm going to show you from this angle. Good, just taking the weight through one leg. Make sure that heel is down, nice, strong trunk. You can add the arms if you like. You've got it. Nice, relaxed shoulders. Nice and relaxed. Brilliant. You okay? Excellent. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Brilliant. You've got 10 seconds left on this one. Then we're going to do some rows. Great stuff. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Keep those feet moving. If you can get your weights, don't worry if you haven't got any. Just use your body weight. We're going to keep these feet moving. And what we're going to do, place those arms there, relax the shoulders down, and we're going to squeeze these shoulder blades together. And we're just going to squeeze. So we're going to do 8 of these. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Squeeze. Brilliant work, guys. See if you can keep those feet moving. Squeeze. And we're just going to do one more. We're going to relax. And we're going to let these hands face you. We're going to squeeze these elbows up. We're going to walk it out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice strong elbows. High elbows, strong elbows. And we're nice and upright. We're not leaning forward. So lift that chest. Brilliant work, guys. So again, this is all about this upper back and shoulders, this exercise. A little bit of arm strength, but it's more about the upper back. Good. Last 2. Last 1. And relax it down. Just take a little roll of those shoulders. And it's a break time. So, have a little bit of water. Keep those feet moving. We've got about a minute. If you need a comfort break, go get one. How are we doing? We're going to repeat all those exercises again, and then we are done. So I'm going to give you some slightly different arm movement in some of them, but just do what works for you. So keep those feet moving, guys. All right. Great. Excuse the vague buzzing outside. It's been going on for some time now. Roadworks, flashing lights. So every now and again I sort of, and then I'll come back to you. Right then, are we ready? We're starting with those kicks. So, if you want harder, you can add that chest press. All right, otherwise we're just going to reach with that opposite arm. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice strong body. So we can lower level, we're just going to take some taps, or we can actually take those legs forwards. We can reach, a little bit more challenging again. Now keep the supporting foot, that heel is down. We're gently bending that knee in line with the toe. We're going to straighten. So we're doing some specific leg strength that's really controlled. We're going to do between 5 and 10 on each leg, and then we're going to change. Okay, so this is our alternative to squats. So this is what it looks like this way. Good. I'm trying to get my knee bending in line with that second toe, and I'm just really, really measured here. I've got my support so I don't start doing that. Okay? Otherwise, we're going to carry on with those squats. Squeeze that bottom on the way back up. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, guys. That's Only 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. So we've got side steps. I need to move my chair. Are we ready? Let's go. Now, we can just do the legs, or we can do the arms as well. Now, would you like to add some arms? Good. Now, I've chosen the window washing. You can do what you like. You can bicep curl with it. You can upright row. That's a nice one. Brilliant. Just as long as we're moving, that's the main thing. We can make the steps bigger. We can make them smaller. How's that breathing? Are we pacing okay? Good. You're the boss, remember. I'm just making some suggestions. How's the movement? Do you prefer to walk on the spot? Well, that's okay because it's coming out now. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now we're going to get these elbows pumping. We're going to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Now, watch out for your chair because we're going to step twice. Step, so double side step. Step together. Good. Step together. So, I'm going to go for a push and a pull. Push and a pull this time. Good. Drawing those shoulder blades together. Great stuff, guys. Now, push and a pull. You've got it. Now we could change it to an upright row. Alright, so up to you. We could take the arms out. Good. Really drawing those shoulder blades together. This is looking fantastic. You okay there? Hang on in there, guys. You're almost Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. So, that little step and punch or tap and punch. We're going to start that leg movement. Now, if you can, we're going to punch across the body. Good. Now, if this doesn't work for you, punch forwards. Great stuff. It's that little knee bend. Good. Using those big muscles of the legs. Good. Just punching across the body. 30 seconds to go, guys. 30 seconds. We've got one more strength exercise. And then we're going to cool it down. Great stuff. You're on fire. Brilliant. Make sure you're breathing out. Make sure you've got that strong trunk. I know you have. I'm just reminding you. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just start to tap those feet out. Now, what should we finish off with? I thought we could finish off with some shoulder work. So we're going to see if we can just gently keep those feet moving, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. We're going to take those arms up to shoulder level and down. We're going to take those arms, nice soft elbows, see, out to the side. So we're going to come forwards, down, out to the side. Good. And we're going to come forwards, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and in. Good. You notice we're not forcing those shoulders up. We're sliding those shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom. And we're not taking those arms any higher than the shoulders. Good. You've got this. Last set. Breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. So when you're putting your weights down, just make sure you keep a nice strong back. We are going to just gently walk it out. Great work. Great work. So that was a really nice session, a mix of aerobic work to keep your stamina levels up and a bit of strength work to keep these leg muscles, upper body muscles really tip-top and strong, right for everyday activities. So we're going to just start to slow it down now. So we're going to just take these side taps, make those elbow circles, and again, if anything feels wrong, just adapt it. As long as we're keeping the feet gently moving, that's the key here. That's the key. So we're going to just open out those shoulders, bring it in. Let's just take that little pedal. And while we do that, we're going to just gently reach up with one hand. We're going to bring that hand down. We're going to reach up with this hand. And we're going to bring this arm down. So we're going to reach, breathing out, breathing in, and we're going to reach. And bring it down. And then we're going to take some little heel digs in front, keeping these nice relaxed shoulders, this strong core. Just start to relax and roll those shoulders. Just roll those shoulders. Just soften them down. And then we're just going to take these taps out and back. Good. See if you can maintain this really strong core. And we talk a little bit about the belt-like muscle here. We're just going to draw. Sometimes I think about drawing my hip bones together. Sometimes I think about drawing these lower abdominals just away from the waistband of my trousers. But just by reminding them that they're there to stabilize you really helps. Now we're just going to take these little taps behind us. Just going to show you from this angle. See if we can just get these bottom muscles to squeeze, to activate. They tend to want to let the back do it. So that's sort of, you won't feel them so much there. Slightly less range, but really squeeze them here. Now we're going to take that foot behind, slide it a bit if you need to, and we're going to come into that calf stretch. So we're just going to take the weight onto this front leg, press this heel to the floor, feel that lovely stretch in the calf muscles. Then we'll bring that up, move the feet a little bit, and we'll do the same on the other side. So we're making sure that foot is still hip width apart. We're not doing this, taking one foot behind the other, because that's going to make us really unstable. So we're just keeping that gap between the legs, and we'll still get that stretch. Good. And then we'll bring it up, and then again we're just going to take these slightly smaller taps out to the side. And then make sure we're breathing. Get that roll of the shoulders. Just circle these wrists a little bit. Start to really soften that breathing. Hopefully the breathing rate is just gradually starting to get a little bit slower. Now what we're going to do next is take that little pedal, and then we're just going to take a shoulder shrug up. We're going to relax the shoulders now and take a nice relaxed stance. Let's reach over that shoulder. Just gently, gently ease that elbow towards the ceiling. We're going to breathe out, and then we're going to breathe in. We're going to move those feet, and then again take the step out. Relax the shoulders down, reach over, and we're going to gently support this arm so we're pushing that elbow towards the ceiling. Breathing out. And we're going to release. And then we're going to just take those little steps to the side, much slower than we did in our main section. So this is all about ensuring we don't get dizzy, that the blood doesn't pool in our lower legs. So we're just getting those muscles in the calves to push the blood back up to the heart. But what we don't want is to step so fast that we bring your heart rate back up. So this is where we just like to move slowly. Now we're going to hold it there again. Relax the shoulders. We're going to open up this chest, and we're going to see if we can just take that lovely welcoming bounce. Now we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to almost make a circle, opening out that chest. Good. So let's see if we can breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now this time we're going to breathe in. We're going to turn those palms so they're facing downwards, and we're going to bring those hands behind us. Let's see if we can interlock those fingers, and then we're going to just open out this chest. Open this chest here. Draw those arms, squeeze those arms gently upwards, and then we're just going to relax. Let those arms swing. Just give those toes a little tap. Good stuff. So we were stretching out the chest muscles there. When we reached over the shoulder, we were stretching out the backs of the arms and these shoulder muscles. Let's see now if we can stretch out the backs of these thighs. So we're going to just bend those knees slightly, and when we do this, we're going to keep this back nice and straight. We're going to bend the knees slightly. We're going to take one foot in front. So I'm going to show you from this angle, and then we're going to hinge at the hips till we feel a stretch down the back of this straight leg. Good. So nice long back, chest is lifted, and we're just going to see if we can take it out, and then we're going to come back so it's a little bit further into that stretch. Breathe out, really relax into this stretch, and we're just going to hold it for another few seconds, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring it up, just move those feet. Let's do the same on the other side. So we're just bending those knees slightly, keeping those heels down, sliding one foot forwards, sinking down into that back of the thigh stretch. So we're holding it for about 10 seconds, and then we're just gently, gently coming out of that, and then we're just going to come back into it. Good. Remember, you can use the chair for this stretch. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then we're going to bring it all the way back. Okay. Little roll of those shoulders. We're going to find something we can hold on to for the next one, because we're going to stretch out the front of these thighs. So we're basically bringing that heel towards the bottom, and then we're just going to lift that knee up, hold on to the back of the trouser leg, back of the trainer, and we're just going to gently push this hip forwards. We're going to keep that chest lifted or lifted, it's up to you. Okay, feel the stretch in the front of that thigh, and then we're going to release. So I know lots of you struggle, whether it's because you had a knee replacement, but to get that range. So what we can do is use a chair just to do that stretch on the other side. And as you get more and more used to that, you might find that we can just gently deepen that stretch. Okay. Let's bring it all the way back up. Bring that off. And we'll just walk it out. Of course, we can just bend at the knee if that's better. All right. Let's see if we can take a nice breath in. And then we're going to breathe out. We're going to take a breath in and push that breath out. Okay, let's take one more breath in. Push that breath out. Now we're going to take a stance that's a little bit like a calf stretch. Okay, but this time we're not going to place that heel down towards the floor. So we're going to stretch out these hip flexors. So we're just going to lift this chest, bend that knee, and then we're going to lift the chest a little bit more. So it's just lengthen through the spine. Feel this stretch here. You can use those arms for balance. You can hold on to something, and then we're going to slide it back in. Let's see if we can do the same on the other side. So a way of increasing the stretch is to lean forward slightly as you take this foot backwards. And then what we can do is once we bend this knee, lift that chest until you feel that stretch. We can hold it for a few seconds, lift a little bit further or bend that knee. Just make sure you're tucking this bottom under. And then we're going to gently bring it back. Good. And then let's finish up. Let's see if we can really breathe out. So we're going to use that breath in and breathe out. Gentle breath in and take one more breath in. Little wiggle of those fingers, little shake of those toes. You have done amazingly. Well done, guys. That was superb. I really look forward to next week, and yeah, keep up the good work. So try and be as active as you can. You know, that's some of the guidelines that we're offered. Anything that you enjoy, okay, whether it's walking, gardening, just see if you can keep moving, all right? But don't overdo it. Take care till next time.